Lens looking a little dirty, huh? Which camera lens am I talking to? That one. All right. You know, I hate intros, but I love a good agenda, and unfortunately the agenda is living in my brain today. But on the agenda, we are making chocolate cupcakes, yes, finally. And we're also gonna brown some ground turkey meat. Not turkey, taco meat, ground beef, lean ground beef, 93% fat, 93% lean, 7% fat. Has really good macros on it, especially if you're a ground turkey hater. Me, I'm going through a ground turkey hate spell, but we'll get over it. I used to be able to get by with just seasoning my ground turkey with beef bouillon. That's not doing it for me anymore. So, first up, we're gonna get our cake going and in the oven, and then we will make our ground beef. Now keep in mind, if you are catching this live on YouTube, the chat is not monitored. So if you're wanting to chit chat while we bake, you're gonna move your pretty little butt over to TikTok. Hi TikTok, YouTube, say hi to TikTok, TikTok, say hi to YouTube. We're double streaming today, so forgive me if things are a little chaotic. Anyway, we're getting right into it. These are the Hostess cupcakes that you've been seeing on my What I Eat in a Day, because you watch everything I post, right? 1 box of cake mix. You use whatever you want to use. I'm using the Betty Crocker triple fudge. It's my hair and my cupcakes, not yours. One full box. If you wanted to cut this in half, you could, because this makes 24 cupcakes. So if you're not wanting 24, by all means, only use half of the box, which would be approximately like 200 grams worth of mix. 1 egg, or you can go eggless. The only thing that you're gonna miss by not adding in the egg, hi Giddy, is your centers are gonna fall a little bit, but that's all right. You can just slap some ganache in there. Okay, next, chocolate milk. I did it right, the label's there. This is the Fairlife Ultra Filtered chocolate milk. Tastes fantastic, and it has 13 grams of protein per serving. I'm gonna do a little bit over a serving. We're gonna do around 270 milliliters of chocolate milk. Pouring slowly as to not go over my mouth, which I did anyway. Good morning, chat read. I am live, Megan. What's up, homie? Happy Monday. Next, we're gonna add in 1 fluid ounce, 30 milliliters, 2 tablespoons of coffee concentrate. If you don't have coffee concentrate or a coffee of your choosing, don't add it. Just do a full 300 milliliters of chocolate milk. This is just gonna elevate the chocolate flavor. Totally not needed, but I dig it. And last but certainly not least, instead of oil, that's right, Greek yogurt. You can also use Greek yogurt as an egg supplement, replacement, whatever. That's why you don't need egg in this recipe, even though I added it. I've done it without, and it tastes fine. Like I said, you just lose a little bit of height. Fingers crossed we have enough Greek yogurt in here, because I don't want to go back to Costco today. We need 250 grams. Hold up. Sorry, TikTok. I gotta go check. I'm gonna pause you for a second. I have to check my MyFitnessPal recipe. BRB. Alright. Now that it's just us, I'm gonna double check my recipe real quick, because I can't remember. Is it 250 grams? Did I already fuck up and I swapped the chocolate milk and the Greek yogurt measurement? We'll see. Greek yogurt, 250 grams. Chocolate milk, 300 milliliters. We're good. 250. I was right. Should have trusted my instincts. We're back! Okay. 250 grams of plain, non-fat Greek yogurt instead of oil. If you don't like Greek yogurt, you can do an applesauce substitute. I don't know how it's going to bake because I haven't done it, but I have made cakes with applesauce in the past. So I know it can be done. We had just enough Greek yogurt, homies. Hell yeah. That worked out swimmingly. There's actually even some more left. I'm weird with my Greek yogurt. We eat Greek yogurt a lot. So I like using these rubber spatulas because you can just get into all the nooks and crannies and not have any Greek yogurt go to waste. But I'm just gonna put this back into the container. I am gonna put it back into the fridge and we're gonna use the rest of it when we have a parfait today. You see those videos? I almost did it. I almost licked it. So gross. Okay. Now, a whisk, which I bought. Thank you very much. I used to only have my whisk attachment, but Jordan and I went to Shamrock Food Service Warehouse because she needed more sourdough bins to cook in. And I went to the utensil aisle and I was like, a whisk! I need a whisk! We got a whisk. Whisk it all up. Again, one more time. From the top, we have one container of chocolate cake mix of your choosing. This is the one that I chose. We have 300 milliliters. Can't do this at the same time. Of chocolate milk, ultra filtered as to add more protein. We also added in 1 fluid ounce of coffee concentrate. So really I did 270 milliliters of chocolate milk and 1 fluid ounce, 30 milliliters or 2 tablespoons worth of coffee concentrate. You can skip this part, but I don't. And instead of oil, we did 250 grams of plain non-fat Greek yogurt and 1 egg for funsies. This can be an eggless cupcake recipe. I know how expensive eggs are. Homies, if you have a Costco business center near you, go there to get your eggs. They have plenty. You do get a business size pallet of eggs, but fuck, dude. Eggs are a great source of protein. They're easy to cook in the morning. You need eggs if you're going to be baking, so. Excuse me. All right, that looks good. So this recipe will yield 24 cupcakes. Is that right? 24. If you don't want 24, what are we doing? Cutting it in half. I want 24. So, in order to be as accurate as possible, one more for good measure, we are going to separate this mix into my deli containers. I want to know, actually, I know that this bowl weighs 200 grams, so I'm not going to separate shit. We're just going to use the bowl. We're going to put the entire bowl onto the food scale, which is 1,211 grams. I know that my bowl weighs 200 grams. How do I know that? Because it's my bowl and I cook out of it all the fucking time. So I have about 1,011 grams of mix to work with. Ask the kitchen assistant, who's in therapy, but I have a digital kitchen assistant. Siri, what's 1,011 divided by 24?
1,011 divided by 24 is 42.125.
What does that mean? 42 grams? Big scoop. You're right. What's the big scoop? 3 tablespoons. What's approximately 3 tablespoons? 45 grams. You're right. So, big tablespoon. We're going to get about a scoop into each. Set change. Bear with me. Say goodbye to the ingredients. You saw them, right? You wrote it down? Not my problem. TikTok chat, how we doing? What are you having for breakfast? YouTube, how we feeling? Do we have anyone on YouTube? Hold up. My goodness, YouTube homies, what's going on? We've got 11 people watching on the YouTube stream. Remember, TikTok, we are also live streaming on YouTube. That is where the replay will be posted. Chat read. What are we making? Cupcakes. The cupcake recipe, that's right. You can go over to YouTube when I post it. But yes, I will try to also, this is why I'm live streaming on both YouTube and TikTok. Hopefully, I will be able to grab some clips from the TikTok live stream to be able to put into a video. What can you see though? I can see enough. Protein coffee and a parfait. What flavor? Don't be hanging like that. Aye! Sorry, technical difficulties. playing with new mounts. That works fine. Okay. I'll just move the water cup. All right. Now, we can resume. I use these liners. They're parchment paper, like tulip liners. Oh, so cute. I got them off of Amazon. But if you have parchment paper, you just cut them up into little squares and use like a shot glass and mold it around. I'll show you what it looks like when it's unwrapped. But I like these because nothing sticks to it. They are the best. So we're just gonna take our tulip liners and line our muffin tin. Unfortunately, I only have one muffin tin, so I have to bake this recipe in batches, but that's fine. Just a parchment square with like some cup of some sort in the middle, and you just fold it around. Or you be like me and you support a small business on Amazon and let them do it for you. Chat read. Oh, I can't read shit. That's not. There we go. Smoothie for breakfast. I wish I liked smoothies more. My husband's a really big smoothie lover. If I want something cold and creamy, it's a fucking milkshake, homie. I'm not opting for a smoothie. I wish I was a smoothie girl. You can put so much into a smoothie. When I make my smoothies for my husband, he does Greek yogurt and frozen fruit, typically like a strawberry protein shake, and we visit the chemical cabinet and we add in more sugar-free syrup to make it taste yummy. Okay. So now that we're lined, remember each one is going to get around 40 grams worth of mix. Big scoop, 3 tablespoons. Get the tools that help you make it easy. Because what sucks? Cooking. What sucks even harder? Cooking every day. You know what makes it suck a little less? Proper tools. If you make it easy, the process becomes easier. Plus, this is fun as shit. And you gotta make cooking fun if you want to do it every single fucking day. Excuse me. Now, number 1 rule, we dip before we scoop as to account for any leftover goop in the scoop. Now we can proceed. Around 40 grams into each. Remember, you cannot count every single calorie that you consume, but you can get close. An approximate is good enough. So I'm just counting by 40s. 40, 80, 120, 160. And that measurement is showing on my scale as I take it out in negative. That's called reverse weighing or reverse tearing, whatever you want to call it. Put your ingredient on the scale, remove the amount that you want, and then you're left with the measurement that you removed. And then you get perfect little cupcakes. Get in there. TikTok chat, tell me what's on your menu today. I don't know what's on mine. You gotta think. Okay. So, dessert, obviously, cupcakes. That's done. We're gonna work our way back from the end of the night backwards. Cupcake and chocolate milk. Great. Figured that one out. We are gonna be prepping taco meat. So, we have options. We can have grilled cheese burritos, we can have gorditas, we can have double-decker tacos. We also have steak that needs to get cooked, so we could have carne asada fries. Oh, we're all over the place. You know what we're not having today? A fucking salad. Unless it's Snicker salad. Because the 2 times now that I have reintroduced lettuce back into my diet, I'll be honest, homies, I have not been eating salad. It's been marvelous. My stomach gets fucking wrecked. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to introduce breakfast salads in again, and I'm thinking easiest way to do that is just croque madame, because I do a little sprinkle of spring mix with some olive oil, lemon juice, salt, and pepper, and I think if I can just slowly integrate the leafy greens back into my diet, my tummy will thank me. But not today. We have quiche prepped, so that can be second breakfast. I am sipping on my chocolate raspberry cold brew right now, as always. So we've got lots of beef today. I might work some chicken in there at some point. I'm not too concerned about it. All I want to focus on right now is getting the basics done. And the basics for me are desserts. I need to have my desserts meal prepped. If not, I will be door dashing ice cream, and that is not in line with my goals. And then the other priority is protein. I like to cook like a short order chef. Why? Because it cuts down on my mealtime, homie. If you have your protein prepped and ready to go, and just like a line of ingredients, of staple ingredients that you use over and over again in the same meals, fuck, you can make damn near anything. Ooh, you know what sounds yummy? The honey chipotle mac and cheese. So maybe that gets worked into the meal plan today. Okay, that's it. That's all we got. First batch is done. And my oven's preheated, homies, 325 degrees. These are gonna go in for about 15 minutes, and then I'll check them with a toothpick. And then we will do the other 12. Remember, this makes 24. If you don't want 24 cupcakes, you're cutting the recipe in half. I like 24. Why? My husband eats these like it's his fucking job. But I do put half in the freezer so that we don't go through them too quickly. So I'll have 12 in the fridge for grabbing and 12 in the freezer to replace the fridge stock once it's done. TikTok, say goodbye. They're gonna go take a nap in the oven around 15 minutes. Siri set a timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now.
I always can't tell if he's saying 15 or 50. Siri, how much time is left on my timer?
There's a timer with about 14 minutes left.
Good. Mute minute. I gotta count. I already lost count. That's why we're going mute. I need more. That was only 9. We've almost used up all of the brown ones. Then we're gonna get into the white and like espresso. 10, 11, 12. I don't know if I have these linked in my storefront, but if I don't, I will link them after today's prep video. And I did put a content disclosure on, so I better not get fucking restricted. All right. What's next? Those are going for 15 minutes. We could scoop and have that ready to go, but I'm not going to. We're going to do that once those are out. We'll work on a set change. Ground beef is coming up. Excuse me. That one's for you, Kathy. Who follows me on Instagram? Me and this lady Kathy were beefing because she didn't like my burps. And I said, I am not going to make myself more palatable for you, Kathy. And then she unfollowed. Wah. Bye, Kathy. Have a great Monday. Okay, so for ground beef, we need our hot plate. YouTube, how's the angle looking? Do you like it? Do you hate it? You tell me. Chat read on TikTok? How many calories per piece per cupcake? Well, you haven't seen all of it yet, but each cupcake is then going to get filled with whipped cream, topped with chocolate ganache, and a candy melt Allison's signature, and they are approximately 165 calories each. Normally, my desserts are not binge-worthy. They are not safe to binge. Like, when I am giving a dessert recipe, it is a traditional dessert recipe. It is high in calorie, it is high in fat, it is high in carbs, and it is totally delicious. But the cupcakes and the faux nuts, homies, binge-friendly. The faux nuts, 150 calories a piece. The donuts, the cupcakes, around 165. Yeah. Toot, toot. Okay. Dirty pan, so I gotta wash it. and your taco seasoning. I don't use taco seasoning. I use Cajun seasoning, and I also use Taco Bell's mild sauce. I hate the taco packet where it's like, cook your meat and add the packet and then soak it in water. Absolutely not. No thank you. That does not equate in my brain. So I like to use a sauce. I'm not gonna put water onto my cooked meat to then make a sauce. If you wanna do that, you do it, homie. I cannot. I made breakfast tacos yesterday. Those were pretty yummy. Really easy. How was Super Bowl for everyone? That was yesterday. Alright. Chat read. What Super Bowl literally, dude? It's like a preseason game. That was the worst Super Bowl I've seen ever. Should have bet on Travis Kelce's under on everything. Mr. Old Knees. Okay, ground beef. I'm gonna cook 2 packages because we go through it. That's why we eat. Well, that's why we buy it. Is to eat it. What else? No. Oh, tragic. I do need to go to the store today. This is our last Taco Bell sauce. And I think it's not even the right one. This one's hot. It's not mild. It's alright. We'll deal with what we got. There's no way. I mean, I like Taco Bell sauce, so I guess there is a way. Damn, homie. Okay. So we're gonna pretend that I add Taco Bell sauce to it. It looks like this, but I prefer the mild in my taco meat. Lover's a win. He does not like the hot taco sauce, so I'm only going to season my ground beef with my Cajun seasoning, and then once it's cooked, I'll add the taco sauce into it before serving. We'll get there. It's fine. I'm using the 93% lean, 7% fat ground beef from Sam's Club. Comes in a 3-pack. It's around $16 for like 3.3-ish pounds. Really sick deal. For the macros, for 4 ounces of ground beef, raw, remember, it's 170 calories, 24 grams of protein, and it's not ground turkey. Fucking worth it. Okay, so this is how I prepare my meat in batches. As long as you know the weight of the protein raw, you know how many servings you're cooking. So, I'm going to cook 2 of these packs. I'm going to take the container. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm going to put both of my meat onto my food scale. You can't see. Can you see now? Food scale's right here. The meat is on the food scale. We are going to zero out the food scale. Let me put it in the correct measurement here so that we can get that correct. And now we are going to put the meat into the pan, but we're not going to get rid of the packaging just yet. We're just plopping the meat into the pan. My food scale is, the brand is Nicewell from Amazon. It has a 2-minute timeout feature. So you don't have to worry about like moving super quick while you're building your plate or while you're measuring your ingredients. You've got a minute. Don't fret. All right, so now that the meat is in there, I'm gonna put my packaging back on the scale. And I know that we have 35.2 ounces of meat currently being cooked. 35.2 ounces. You joined right at the burp? Yeah, you did. I'm gonna write that down. Because it is going to yield a completely different measurement once it's done cooking. Meat can go away now. Chocolate cake removed, so it doesn't smell like meat. and we cook. After my arms stop being suffocated by this fucking flannel. Enjoying for a belch. That's right, homie. Welcome in. We're making ground beef right now, taco meat. I like to meal prep my proteins and my desserts. Those are my priority. Protein, breakfast, and desserts, but breakfast is already meal prep. We still have quiche. All right. Taco meat with no taco seasoning. It is a personal preference of mine. I don't really like taco seasoning. You know what I do like though? Cajun seasoning, yes, brand specific tones. It's the best one. Lots. Lots, lots, lots. And it'll get more seasoning once it's done cooking. Remember, this is 35 ounces of ground beef. How fast will we go through it? Really fucking fast. Siri, what's 35 divided by 4?
35 divided by 4 is 8.75.
That gives me 8 4-ounce servings. There's 2 of us in this household. That means 4 days worth of ground beef, 1 meal a day. Buy the food, prepare the food, eat the food. That's why you buy the food. But this really is how I cut down on like meal preparation times, is by pre-cooking my protein. Then my protein's already done. All I need to do is fucking nuke it in the microwave and throw it in a taco, throw it in a burrito, throw it on top of spaghetti. Yes, I do use taco meat on spaghetti. It's delicious. You need to try it. But if you cook like a short order cook, guess what happens? Your mealtime cuts down, homie. Like, if the teenagers can do it in the drive-thru, you can do it in your kitchen. I believe in you. So let's fucking do it. Siri, how much time is left on the timer?
There's a timer with 4 minutes and 6 seconds left.
Those are the cupcakes. Oh, celebratory sip. Who used to chat read? Who used to watch, or still watch? It's my food. I can cough near it. Who still watches Graveyard Girl? Sippy sippy. Isn't that what she used to do? Or she did sippy sippy first, and then she did the. Anyway, am I aging myself with that? Graveyard Girl is like old YouTube. I loved her shit. Her dolls creeped me out. What's her name? Bunny? Bunny. Step check after office laps. Ooh, shit, Amanda. Okay, step check. I did go on a sunrise walk today, but our sunrise was not giving sunrise. Our sunrise was giving like out at sea, gloomy, wanting to go home. So my step check right now, I'm at 3,697. We did a little over a walk, or a little over a mile. 1.2 miles for our walk this morning. You haven't watched her in forever? I catch her stuff on Snapchat sometimes, but I haven't watched like a traditional YouTube of hers in a fucking minute. She was my comfort creator for a while. Oh my god, I loved her hair. And then she started going to, she led to my obsession with Guy Tang. Tang? Is that his name? The hairdresser who had all of the fun colors, and she had like super long, luxurious, beautiful hair, and he would like cut it for her like once a year, once every 2 years or something. But she led to my obsession with Guy Tang, and then I started dyeing my hair all kinds of crazy colors using his line. I did purple and blue and green. I used to watch all of his YouTube channels. I love hair videos. Oh my god. TikTok homies, do you follow Destiny? Destiny's hair. She's a braider in, where is she? Is she in Detroit or is she in Atlanta? I can't remember. I think it's Detroit. I'm obsessed with her videos. Oh my god. She is so talented, but I love a good hair video. I love haircut like consultations or styling. That's my jam. So such easy content to just like consume and have on. Excuse me. Let's see how many people joined on that one. YouTube homies, how you doing? You got your beef going? Mine's slow cooking, and I'm impatient, so I'm gonna pump up the temp a little bit to 390. We're also gonna add a little bit more seasoning to it. Remember, we season in parts. First part was at the beginning. Second part's now. Siri, how much time is left on the timer?
There's a timer. 43 seconds left.
Hey, kitchen witch, what's up? Okay, let me grab a toothpick so that we can check on those cupcakes. Now remember, the replay will be posted to my YouTube channel, and you will be watching it. Why? Because you're helping a homie out. I'm trying to get watch hours, and the easiest way for me to do that is to post my meal preps. So, _ finally Allison on YouTube. Thanks, homies. I've got a few meal preps on there. I've got Siri, stop. Siri, stop. We've got multiple rounds of quiche. I think there's a donut prep. There's also a ground meat prep, taco meat. Might be it. And then today there will be the hostess prep. Don't look at my bag. Ooh, those look pretty. And not done. 5 more minutes. Siri, set a timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes starting now.
So a total of 20 minutes of cook time for the muffins, the cupcakes. That's why I need another pan, because I can only do 12 at a time. But then it's like, do I want another pan? That's just another dish to wash. I don't mind doing it in batches. What's the rush, I guess? I'm not in one. All right. I think our ground beef looks good. It's kind of hard to tell with this light. It looks that way. Let it go for just a few more minutes. Now, if I had the appropriate Taco Bell sauce, I would be adding it in around this point, but I don't, so I won't. We're just gonna add the taco sauce once I get it from the store. So from the store, for recipe prep, I made donuts. I made 2 different types, faux nuts. I did the traditional chocolate cream, and then I also did lemon raspberry, which were divine and beautiful, and I'm kicking myself in the butt for not taking a picture of them. Well, that just means I get to make them again. I didn't like the way that my ganache set on my chocolate cream cupcakes, or donuts. Got too many things going on. So we need to prep them again so I can take another picture. So I need Hawaiian rolls. I need more Cool Whip. I need more chocolate. I need Taco Bell sauce. Other than that, oh, I need fucking Greek yogurt. I'm down to 1. That's gonna last us like 2 days. Because parfait day keeps the cravings at bay. I have a 250 gram yogurt almost every single day, and Lover has like a 400 gram yogurt almost every single day. We go through Greek yogurt like it's our business. It's done. From here, I'm just gonna put it into containers. It took me a very long time. My goodness. Get on it. It took me a very long time to convert to meal prep containers and deli containers. And now I will never go back. They are quite efficient. Biggest thing is they stack. So not only do they stack in the cupboard, they stack in the fucking sink. And when you're cooking everything from home, it adds up. Deli containers, meal prep containers, things that stack easily, things that aren't too heavy, if you have arthritis or maybe some hypermobility, if you're sensitive to noise, things that don't clank when you're doing the dishes, it all adds up. And some things that you weren't thinking about of why you hate meal prepping could really be the key as to why you hate meal prepping. And when you eliminate that from your routine, it becomes much easier of a process. I am using a slotted spoon. Don't worry, we're not draining the fat. I'm just gonna split it equally between the containers. That's the good stuff. And this beef only has 7% fat. I'm not throwing it away or sopping it up. No, thank you. I counted for those calories. Those are mine. But seriously though, get the fucking deli containers and the meal prep. It makes the world of difference. I do have them linked. You know where. Chat read, what's up, TikTok? Can you do a vanilla filled donut? That is the original, homie. So it's got a chocolate ganache and it's filled with a vanilla protein pudding. So far I have done traditional faux nuts. That's that, like a Boston cream pie faux nut, whatever. Traditional. I have done chocolate on chocolate faux nuts, which is a chocolate ganache and a chocolate protein pudding. And then I've also done lemon raspberry, which were delish. And I think I'm going to revisit them because how I did it was I did lemon pudding in the center, and the only raspberry bit was raspberries on top of the donuts. But I'm thinking we add some raspberry syrup either to the lemon protein pudding, which I'm not too keen on. I kind of want, like it took 60 fucking milliliters of lemon juice to have the lemon pudding taste lemony enough as it is. Serious talk. But I'm thinking of maybe adding some raspberry syrup into the white chocolate ganache. We'll see. Or we add some like raspberry jam. Ah, gorgeous. To the centers. So we're gonna play around with that one. We're not yet done with it. We only made it the first time for Super Bowl. So I do how my recipes work, and I know it's a little slow for some of you, but get used to it. I do test kitchen recipes first. So the first time that I make a recipe, rarely do I ever film it. Oh, motherfuck, did you see that? I just grabbed it with my bare fucking hand. Idiot out. As I was saying, rarely do I film a recipe the first time I do it. I make it, I serve it to my family, we make our constructive criticism comments, and then I remake it. And then we do another round of constructive criticism, and then I make a video on it. So I can only eat so many desserts and so many things so quickly. I only have so many relatives that I can shill treats to. So I know it takes a minute for me to get a recipe out, but trust me, it's worth it. Even if you burn your hand. You saw it, right? I'm fine. Live and learn. Okay. So, for science, I'm going to tell you what the meat weighs now. And how I do that, deli containers. This also helps if you have like ADHD and you forget a bunch of shit, what things weigh, what number you were using, what have you. I take 2 empty deli containers and put them on the scale, turn it on, or if it's already on, zero it out, to count for the weight of the deli containers. So I don't care about that. All I care about is the weight of the cooked protein. Cool? So the empty deli containers are on, scale is 0, the empty deli containers off, full deli containers on. Let's put it into the ounces. we have a total weight of 32.8 ounces cooked. What was it raw? 35.2. 32.8 cooked, 35.2 raw. So as long as you know the weight raw, you know how many servings you have, depending on your person. If you're doing 3 ounces of meat per serving, 4 ounces of meat per serving, what have you. So, this is what I do. I know that before I cooked it, technical difficulties. Before I cooked the meat, we were working with 35.2 ounces of ground beef. Siri, what's 930 divided by 35.2?
930 divided by 35 is approximately 26.5714.
We didn't do the 35.2. But approximately 26 grams per ounce. It's about 2 to 3 grams less than what it actually is. But remember, we cooked it. Moisture has been released, so the weight is different. But as long as you know the weight before it's cooked, you know your approximate servings. These are going to cool on the counter before I put them in the fridge. And now we come back to the donuts. Cupcakes, my bad. They're essentially the same thing. Like, the cupcake is the homemade version of it. The faux nut, that's when you have no time. You just need to go to the store, pick up some Hawaiian rolls. That's still kind of hot, but it's not as hot. I can touch it. And fill them. Still approximately the same. Faux nuts are a little bit lighter in calorie. These have like 15-ish gram or 15 calories more. But they're chocolate. Of these in the oven, and I'll kind of explain the next process for the cupcakes. So once they kind of cool down a little bit, because they're piping hot, you are going to bore a little tiny pinky hole up through the bottom. Careful as to not penetrate the top. This is where you're going to create a pocket for your filling, and the bigger pocket that you have, the more filling you're gonna have. So, me, I prefer a big pocket. I like a lot of filling. If you don't like a lot of filling, smaller pocket. See how that works? Remember, around 40 grams in each. Mute minute while I work. And my cupcakes, I can touch them like that. And the batter, mute minute, and I immediately start yapping again. The batter is kind of airy, like kind of fluffy. That's the Greek yogurt, so don't fret. It doesn't look kind of like traditional cake batter because it's not. It has Greek yogurt in it, but it will do the job. 80, 120, 160. Okay, now mute minute because things are getting messy. Get in there. Probably should have given the cake mix a quick stir before we started, but that's all right. clean the bowl, this isn't doing me much favors right now. None of my favorite spatulas are clean. Surprise, surprise. I also have these things. Will I regret that? Yeah. Just trying to plop it in with this. Come here, you. Oh, posture check me, homies. I can feel it. My back is all sea-like. When you do me dirty like that, give me a posture check. Cute. Get any last little bits of one. Cool. Okay. These are gonna go take a nap. 20 minutes in a 325-degree oven. Don't look at my butt. Siri, set a timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes starting now.
Set change. Let's clean up our workspace. Or drop everything. Sorry, who? My dog hates loud noises. Oh! That was quick.
He had to go.
Oh.
He's an admiral. He adds to the next one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I was immediately felt slighted for you.
No. No, it's always fluid with that.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't care.
Everyone say hi to Lover.
Hello, good morning, Internet.
My Lover.
Maybe they can say hi to theirs. You don't know them.
Very true.
What'd you make?
Cupcakes and taco meat, but
I was gonna say, I smell the taco meat.
we have to go back to the store. We have no more Taco Bell sauce.
Didn't you buy like 4 bottles?
Yes.
Oh, dang.
I use like half a bottle when I do what I eat anyways. Just kidding. When I make the taco meat, I
Yeah.
use like half a bottle. And all I had left was the hot. And that's a little too spicy for you in the taco meat, so we'll just add the Taco Bell sauce when we get it.
Do you ever feel weird when you like get off a phone call? Like, if someone was like, "Hey, I have to go," but then they like finish what they're.
Linger.
I was
You're like,
just
just go.
Well, he was like, "I have to go," and it was like early. I'm like, "Okay," and he was just, have a great 2 weeks or what. I'm like, "All right, you as well," and then he'd like continue. I'm like, "All right, bye," and then it was like cutting him off. I'm like, "I thought
You
you
said
had
you
to go."
had to
I
go.
was saying, I was like, now I feel bad. Like,
Can you actually do a frame shot for me? Hi, Allison's Lover. Hi, Austin. You can also call him AJ.
No.
Just kidding. You cannot call him. Can you tell me if my YouTube frame works good?
Yeah,
can see?
I thought it did.
See the cupcakes?
You can. You top of your head's cut off.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay. Don't need the top of the head.
Love cupcakes.
The tray that has nothing on it, the top right corner's cut off.
That's fine. I'm gonna
Okay.
put the cupcakes on it.
Okay.
Thank you, though. Overall, it was good, though?
Yeah, I thought so.
All right. Now, we're going to derobe my pretty little cupcakes. So that I can get access to the bottoms of them. Excuse me. That's why I like the parchment ones. They don't stick. As long as you don't like rip through it all quick. You can save the integrity of the sides of your muffin, especially because These are kind of, the dough at least, the cupcake batter is essentially fat-free. So you have no extra fat to keep them from sticking. We didn't grease the pan, there's no butter or oil in the recipe. So using a parchment paper liner, I truly think is key. Also for my homies that are making my quiche, and you're having trouble with your quiche sticking to the pan, throw these little parchment liners in there. It'll make a world of difference. YouTube homies, we can smell the disrespect.
That's right.
Ooh, this one got interesting. Got little crispy crowns. Am I cutting the paper to the size or am I buying them? No, I bought them. I supported small business. But if you have parchment paper, you can cut them yourself. It looks to be like a 4-inch square, 4-inch parchment square. And you can see in the center, there's a little ring where a cup has been placed and then wrapped around the cup to create the tulip liner. So, to each their own. Buy them or make them. Ooh, this one has a double. Or a triple. If I don't have a link, I will link them. Is there any more of that?
You take it.
Intermission. Thank you.
Whoop. That is all.
That's what?
I said that was all. Oh, I forgot to take the trash.
I have to do it.
No?
No.
Mr. Bub's not out?
No.
You got some water?
He has not risen. Now he is. Ta-da! Hooray. The cupcakes are knitted. Siri, how much time is left on the timer?
There's a timer with about 13 minutes left.
Okay. Temperature check. Okay, fine. So now, we're gonna pierce the bottom of them with your pinky, and remember, the bigger the pocket that you make, the more filling is going to be in the cupcake. I like a lot of filling, so I like big pockets. And what I do is I bore a little hole. It's gonna be kind of hard to see. Use your imagination. Bore a little tiny entry hole, and then I take my index finger and I kind of pinch the cake on the inside to the outer edge to create a pocket, trying very carefully to not pierce my finger through the top. If you do, it's okay. We're going to cover it with ganache anyway. But that looks good. Can you see? Maybe. Little whipped cream holes. And we're going to be doing this 24 times. Remember, you want to wait for them to be cool. Otherwise, you're going to burn your finger. So, I guess if you have heat-resistant gloves, or maybe no nerve endings in your finger, you could do them hot. They're cupcakes. They're little tiny Hostess cupcakes. Actually, not very tiny. Like, They're sizable to the Hostess cupcake. The live will end. No, thank you. We're good. Can't see. Oh my.
Facing them now.
So once the holes are in all of them, we're gonna throw it into the freezer because we want the cake to be as cool as possible. I found that when I filled with whipped cream or with Cool Whip while they were still a little warm, it melted into the cake. So the cake was really moist and delicious, but when you took a bite out of it, you didn't get like the cream, you know? And that's what I want. That's what scratches the itch in my brain to make me think that I'm not eating a cupcake made with Greek yogurt and from my kitchen. So as long as you wait for the cake to cool down, you can get adequate amount of filling and it'll actually stay for a good like photo, you know? But also I've found with the test kitchen version of these is that ganache goes on first. For the donuts, I do filling first and then ganache. For these, it's opposite. Ganache goes first and then filling because the ganache top like kind of seals the top. So even if you kind of poke through from the bottom to the top, it's not that big of a deal because you're gonna have that layer of ganache on top to act as like a barrier when you fill them. And I find that that makes it so that you can like really stuff them, you know? So order of operations, cupcake first, bore holes, cool cupcake, top cupcake with ganache, and then fill cupcake, filling. You could totally do protein pudding in this if you wanted. I stick with straight up Cool Whip because I want the filling to be very light and fluffy and airy. And the pudding is a little thickened, so I just do Cool Whip. But your kitchen, your rules. Your cupcakes, you fill them how you see fit. Remember, pinky hole to bore, index finger to expand the pocket. What am I gonna do for second breakfast today? I'm still sipping on my protein coffee. Gotta do some work on that. Chat read. We are making fake Hostess cupcakes. What's up, Hannah? I feel like I haven't seen you in fucking ages. How are you, homie? How do you count or measure when you cook noodles dry? A serving of pasta noodles is 56 grams or 2 ounces, so you weigh that out dry and you throw it in your pot. If you're cooking for 2 people, 2 servings of pasta. You want leftovers? 4 servings of pasta. You know what I use? Pasta. What's that? A microwave pasta cooker. Why? Because when I make pasta, it's 99% of the time in single servings, and I cannot be bothered to boil a whole pot of fucking water for 1 serving of pasta. No, thank you. I'll show it to you. It's cute. It's this little plastic box, rectangle, and it's actually really fucking handy. I probably should make a video on it, but I haven't. But it can cook, I think, up to 4 servings at once, and it has little markers on it to help guide you. This is it. Pasta maker. I'm gonna show TikTok since that's where we're having the conversation. Boom. Pasta maker. There are little lines down here, 1, 2, 3, 4. You fill the water up to that line, matching your serving, and you put it in the microwave, just like this. It does not boil over at all. Depending on the type of pasta you cook, determines the amount of time in the microwave. When I'm cooking like spaghetti protein pasta, I think it takes me like 6 minutes. But when I'm doing the calva patty or the really twisty one, that takes like 10 minutes. It's a thicker noodle. But you weigh it out dry. 56 grams. That's 1 serving of pasta. So you weigh it before you cook it, and you will always know the amount that you cooked. If you're cooking for multiple people, multiple servings, you just weigh it before it's cooked, split it by eye or by measurement after it's cooked if you want to be super accurate. We mopped my floors yesterday, don't judge me. I'm going to throw it back in the box. I thought there were 2 that dropped, but I'm only seeing 1. And that's how you do it. You measure it dry. Almost everything that you're cooking, when you're cooking in batches, as long as you know the measurement before it's cooked, you know how many servings you're cooking. It just, a little more legwork at the front. But if you adjust and adapt to that style of cooking, it makes it so easy, dude. Like earlier, we did ground beef. I knew that I cooked 35.2 ounces of raw ground beef. Now that weight changes once it's cooked, but I know I started with 35 ounces, which gets me around 8 4-ounce servings to cook with throughout the week. That lasts us 4 days because there's 2 of us. That's how fast we go through ground beef, lover.
What?
2 packages of beef will last us 4 days.
Wow.
1 meal. 4 days. Siri, how much time is left on the timer?
There's a timer with about 5 minutes left.
Make sure we got all of them. Excuse me. These are gonna go in the freezer. While that's cooling, we'll get the ganache measured and going. If we have enough chocolate chips. I mean, we'll use what we got. So. I always do a split of semi-sweet and milk chocolate when it comes to the ganache. So we're going to do around 84 grams or whatever we have of semi-sweet and equal amount, 84 grams of milk chocolate. Now this is a creamless ganache. Yes, it's possible. I've done it. That's totally wrong. My scale is not fucking balanced. It said that this entire container was 5 grams of chocolate chips. It's not. Yeah. It's 116. Always make sure that your scale is level. I've been doing this for a long time, so I can eyeball. And I can tell when my scale is not level. Okay, 84 grams of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Equal amount of milk. I find that if you use all milk chocolate in the ganache, too sweet. All semi-sweet, too bitter. Half and half, just right. So with a traditional ganache, you would do like equal parts chocolate chip and heavy cream. We're not doing that because we're not using heavy cream. We do not have the fat and the thickness to bind and solidify the ganache. What we're using is fat-free, ultra-filtered Care Life milk. Why? Adds protein. Why? Lower in calories. Still works. But you need a fucking fraction of the amount of liquid as you would need if you were using heavy cream. We are only going to be using 45 grams of hot, scalding, bubbly milk. Not boiled. Microwave. Takes like 40 seconds. And again, 45 grams. It's like 3 tablespoons. Not a lot at all, but it gets the job done. I don't want to use that. Is it a little dirty? Alrighty, 45 grams. Go slow, because it gets to that measurement quick. Or if you have tablespoons, you can measure it out in a tablespoon. But get a food scale. Throw away all your other measuring cups. That's 45 exactly. I'm going to add a little bit more, just to account for some bubbling over, because I always do it. Siri, how much time is left on the timer?
There's a timer with 1 minute and 44 seconds left.
Chat read. We're gonna stuff the muffins and we're gonna top the muffins. They're gonna chunky dunk in ganache and get stuffed with Cool Whip. So I need to split the servings based on the raw weight. Kind of. It really just depends on what you're intending on cooking. If you're cooking for yourself, cook only for yourself. Like my recipe books, most all of them are in single servings because you can only control what you eat. If you're a mom, I guess you control what the littles eat too. But what goes in your mouth is your choice. So I can't control what my husband eats or what he's craving, what he wants for lunch, what he wants for breakfast. I control what I want to eat, what I want for lunch, what I want for breakfast. So most all of my recipes are in single servings. But it just depends on how many people you're cooking for, how many people you're intending to serve. For me, like that ground beef that we cooked, I did 35 point whatever ounces because I know that we use taco meat and ground beef in a lot of recipes throughout the week. And those recipes range from 3 ounce servings to 4 ounce servings. So it really just depends. But as long as you know the starting weight, you can measure accordingly throughout the week. I know that in my 2 deli containers, I have the equivalent of 35.2 ounces of lean ground beef in here. And each day that I pull from it, I just take, do I want to explain it? It makes me sound like a fucking nerd. But I have it written on my board that I started with 35 ounces. I take the weight of it cooked, divide that by 35, then I have the amount in grams, that would equate to 1 ounce, and I keep track of how many ounces we use throughout the week so I know that how much is left in my container. That's just the way that my brain works. But you find which way your brain works. Siri, stop. Cupcakes are done. The second batch. Look at the pretties. Don't look at the bottom left one. Look at the top. All right. Set change real quick. Excuse me. All right. Let me find my head. What do we have left to do? Those need holes. This needs warmed and combined. So we are going to pull these out. Give them a second to just cool on the countertop before we derobe. Really, I could just put these into a container and fill them. We're not gonna do that. We're already doing it now, might as well get it done. I'm using a mitt this time. I'm smart. We're fine, me too, Dubs. I don't think it was, I didn't hold it for long enough to result in like injury. Alright, we have our cooled cupcakes here. I'm gonna make space so they can all share the same tray. You are Big Daddy Cupcake. Holy moly, you look delicious. Oh, you're just coming out of your wrapper, aren't you? I'll allow it. Oh, Hostess could never. Who owns Hostess? Some BlackRock Vanguard bullshit. Look at it. She's gorgeous. She's everything and more. What shall we do next? I guess that wasn't too bad to unwrap, so we'll just unwrap the rest of them. If they're too hot, wait to unwrap them. But you can hang. Do it. spongy, by the way. Remember, it's made with Greek yogurt and no fat. No oil, no butter. Can you taste the Greek yogurt? No. Next question. I'll have to ask Glover which he prefers. Does he prefer the faux nuts or does he prefer the cupcake? Chat read. Madison, do I have a recipe book? Of course I do. Is this recipe in it? No. I've got 5 recipe books, soon to be 6. It will be in the 6th one. But all of my yummy recipes thus far are currently on sale at my website, finallyallison.com. You can get each recipe book for $5.55, or you can get my master set for like $27. This does not include any new recipes that you've been seeing in my What I Eat in a Days. But that's not to say that there aren't very good recipes in there. And all the recipes that help me lose over, what are we at right now? Somewhere between 140 and 150 pounds. Perfect. Oh my goodness. The little piggy clip almost got thrown away. The initial book is my lifesaver. That makes me so happy to hear. How's the physical book coming along? Okay, so here's where my head's at. I don't want to do one anymore. The problem with me is I work so quickly and my food cravings come and go. And it's like, the more in the moment I am, the more successful I am when it comes to creating my recipes. So good news is, all of the old recipes that we have, completely formatted, switched, ready for physical print. But since we've been working on that, I have, hold please, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 new recipes from just this month alone that I would also like to be included into that book. And that's why I don't fit in the physical space. This is why I thrive in digital. I missed. Try again. So, where are we at with the physical book? Still not done. Where am I with subscription digital recipes? Closer. Closer than a physical book. That's where we're at. The idea of the physical book doesn't really bring me joy. Because as soon as I put it out, it's immediately outdated. It's immediately outdated. So, yeah. It's still happening. I'm just not excited about it, which makes me not excited to talk about it. Which is not fair to me, because they fucking smack. They're so good, and it's such good recipes. And I also, I like a good recipe book. I like something that I can hold, and I want something that's mine that I can hold, you know? But we're close. All of the original recipes are formatted, and all of the volume 4, the unreleased volume 4 recipes, formatted. But all of the new ones that I've made this month, 17 of them, those are not. Those 17, we're still in the process of taking pictures of them. Some of them I have pictures for, but there's a good, actually more than some. I need pictures of the donuts. I'm gonna take another round of pictures for the cupcakes just so I can choose which one I like better. And I'm also still kind of experimenting. I want to experiment with a cheater's curd. I love. My oven is still on. Thank you. Love you. Mwah! Kisses all over your face. That would have been on for hours. It's gone. That's alright though. It wasn't important. What was I saying? What was I saying, chat? A cheater's curd. Thank you, Hannah. Cheater's curd. So I have been obsessed with the lemon blueberry crunch parfait, which is blueberries, lemon curd, yogurt, vanilla, syrup, and granola. What I'm not obsessed with is that the curd is so high in calorie and so fucking low in volume, it's criminal. You get 20 grams of curd, which is like a teaspoon, even kind of less than that because she's thick, for 80 calories. So I'm wanting to cheat my way out of that and make a curd with no butter, no sugar, but pudding mix. I'm kind of thinking if we did sugar-free lemon pudding mix, and instead of mixing it with a cream, milk, or a protein shake, I'm gonna mix it with lemon juice, and we're gonna see what happens. Don't know unless you try, but I think it's an instant pudding mix. It should solidify enough. Like maybe I do like 3/4 part or 3/4 of the mix of the liquid lemon juice and 1/4 protein shake to give it some sort of milk. I don't know. But that's where my brain's at. I want to try it. Because if we can do a cheater's curd, that lemon blueberry crunch parfait is going to be unstoppable. Good morning, Bubbykins. Intermission. Hello, my sweet old man. How did you sleep, honey? You're such a good boy. Yes. It's a beautiful day outside, Bubby. All right. We're almost done. Doesn't that sound like a good idea? Or that kind of curd. Cheater's curd. Because I made lime curd. It's alright. I'm not the biggest fan of it. What I'm not a fan of is the process, you know? Having to cook it on a stovetop. I hate that. I hate cooking an ingredient on a stovetop and not a meal. Like if that's a part of the prep, count me out. I'm not doing it. Also, like if I see a recipe and it has protein powder in it, I scroll. If I search like high protein recipes and protein powder is in your ingredient, I'm sorry, homie, I'm not eating it. I can't do it. I do not like the protein powder. Like no wonder it's high in protein. You have a scoop of fucking whey in it. That's just not my jam. So yeah, I made lime curd, and I was like, yeah, I wouldn't do this again. So I'm gonna try to make it easier and do a cheater's curd. And if it works for the lemon, I'm gonna make it again with lime juice, and we'll try a key lime pie parfait. Haven't done that one yet. Okay. These on this side are going to still cool. These on this side are ready for ganache. So I'm going to warm my milk in the microwave, and I'm going to watch it somewhat so that it doesn't bubble over. Chopstick, you'll see why. Steal these from your sister. If you don't have a sister to steal from, order them online. And once the milk is scalding, bubbly, it's not bubbly anymore, but it was, we are going to add 45 grams, can you see? 45 grams of hot liquid to the chocolate. Use the chopstick so that the liquid doesn't run down the side of the cup and it goes directly where you want it. It will follow the path of least resistance, so you need to give it a path to follow. This works with any liquid. Oil, water, juice, liquid. 45 grams. From here, you're going to stir your scalding milk into your chocolate. And at first, it's gonna look wonky. It's gonna look weird. You're gonna keep stirring until it becomes a silky, chocolatey ganache. And if you find that you've been stirring for a minute and it's still chunky, that means your milk was not hot enough, but fret not. You just throw it in the microwave for like 15 seconds, stir, you'll be good. Fun trick, huh? My milk, not hot enough. I can already tell. So I am going to put this in the microwave, 15 seconds. Oh, the back. Mix it all up again. I don't know what you can see. But silky, chocolatey, creamless ganache. Does not behave the same way with white chocolate. With white chocolate, you need even less milk. I don't know how much less because I've only made the recipe one time. But that is a lesson I learned the hard way. I'm going to start with about like 20 grams of milk when I do the white chocolate ganache and increase from there until I get the consistency that I want. Okay, our ganache looks good. Now we are going to chunky dunk cupcakes. Excuse me. Ganache. Chat read, do you use the TDEE calculator to find your macros needed? I do. But remember, it's a starting point. It's a computer that knows nothing else about you aside from what you tell it, which is your age, your weight, your height, your gender, and your activity level. That's not a lot about you. So take it as a starting point and adjust as needed. But don't adjust in a time frame shorter than 4 weeks. You need to give your body a chance to be a body and start adapting. So start there, adjust as needed. Okay, ganache time. I don't weigh the ganache that I use. Per cupcake, I just dip and go. But it ends up being around like 10 to 15 grams of ganache per cupcake. I always have extra left over and I just take a little teaspoon, put it on the cupcakes. Okay? Chunky dunk. And be gentle. Actually, I might use a smaller deli container because these cakes, again, no fat. So they are very fluffy. They don't have a lot of structure to them. So I'm going to put my ganache in the smaller container so that I don't have to like deal with the dead space. That way it'll make it just easier for me to dunk. Yeah, that's much nicer. We learn as we go. To be honest, I didn't think that this amount of ganache would fit in this container, but now that I know, I'll start. I won't make it in that container because I like having the room to mix it Like I like having that dead space in order to mix, but when it comes time to dunking, it's a little bothersome. Maybe not bothersome enough to you to switch containers, but enough for me. That's for sure. My dad tried the donuts yesterday at Super Bowl, and he said the ganache so good. So that's how we know it's good. All right, if I play any more with this, it's gonna set before I can fucking work with it. All right, chunky dunk. If you watch it on YouTube, you can see it. Just like that. And we repeat the process. Once they are topped with ganache, they're going to go back into the freezer to set a little bit, because that ganache is acting as a filling barrier so that it does not bust out the top. Gives us a little more structure to work with. And I need a bigger fucking cup. Why did I use this one? This one's longer. So they get coated in ganache initially, and then at the very end, whatever is left over will get spooned onto the top. Which kind of fucks with the design a little bit, not gonna lie, it makes me a little upset. So I think what I'll do is I'll re-warm the ganache once everything's been topped, so that I can manipulate a little swirl to make them that much prettier. Because I like the natural top that it gets, just that, you know? But when I top it with extra, we lose that. I'm not a fan. I like how pretty they look right now. So that's what we'll do. We'll re-warm the ganache before we add any extra. Remember, if you're joining the TikTok live, a full YouTube replay of the cupcakes, this live stream, cupcakes and ground beef, will be posted later today once we're done. Oh, the goodness. Were you guys here when I did the last live stream and I left my chocolate chips on the oven? Well, it turned into one giant makeshift chocolate bar, which I tried to then use for my ganache. Shockingly, the ganache never set. Because the chocolate was already melted and then came back to room temperature. It was just too runny. So don't pre-melt your chocolate chips. It was an accident, but I still tried to use it, just didn't work out well. You have a little bit of a hole, ma'am, that I'm trying to fill with ganache. If you would allow me, thank you. Alright, first ones are done and topped. Let's see how the other ones are looking. And if we can just go through that one. Oh, roll those shoulders out. Is that my little dance? That was for you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Did you like it?
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it again if you're looking.
Maybe. Do you have to pay?
I'm expensive.
Are you at least worth it?
I would hope so. funny joke. Of course it's worth it. This is my Zen garden. So relaxing for me. He did not just say, oh yes he did.
That's right.
It's so weird cooking in the kitchen with no music.
Just make it your own.
I don't even know where to start. I started bopping to the Blue Man group in my head just now.
Yeah, you're halfway there.
Silent disco. That'll be our more preps. We'll all wear headphones. We can choose our own tunes.
Is it like no music allowed, or could you put some like weird, like lo-fi?
I bet you I could. And actually, don't be a hater. I really enjoy lo-fi.
I'm saying not the genre is weird, but like I'm saying some weird like non.
I bet you if I looked up like
Copyrighted.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
what
what
I would have
yeah.
to have.
Somebody that just like some SoundCloud beat that you'd
Yeah.
found. Yeah. Okay.
Because I watch. I actually haven't seen her in a minute. Kiki Grace, where did you go? She's my favorite ASM artist. But she would do like TikTok lives.
Yeah.
And she would have music going, and she would say, she's like, I can't choose the music because I'm going to be posting this to YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and I need it to be able to not get copyright infringement.
No, I've heard that lo-fi music's beneficial for people to listen to.
Katie listens to it while she works.
I think it's supposed to. I don't know if
Tickles
that's
the brain waves the right
well, I don't know
way.
if it's like a binaural beat where it's like a frequency in which it like itches the brain somehow,
Mhm.
but I know it's definitely helpful.
I actually might have chunky dumped those perfectly
Yeah.
and not have any extra ganache left over. Exciting. Excuse me.
You have free time to slip away.
After 2 cupcakes.
Nice. Did you do anything different to these ones?
Nope. Just filming.
That's right. The 1 egg. No.
1 egg.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did they concave as much?
Nope.
You didn't have to like try and like cover it.
Nope.
Okay.
This one actually I'm going to, but
That's right.
for the rest of them, no.
Okay.
Because we've done so many test kitchen recipes. That's why it takes me so long. I have to figure it out first before I can show you. This one I think I'm just gonna spoon on top. This one's the biggest and best one anyway. This one's yours, lover. I'm gonna write lover on it. Keep that alive for me.
I am. Shouldn't be difficult.
Oh, I'll do my best. Cool. Sweet. All right. Dirty the pan we didn't need to, but cute. Now these are gonna go back in the freezer. They're gonna set up the tops, and then we're gonna fill them with Cool Whip, and then we're going to melt some candy melts, and we're gonna pipe the little decorative swirls on top, but not gonna be swirls, it's gonna say Allison. And I have a really loopy name, so it kind of looks like the swirls. It's cute. Don't look at my butt. Goodbye, pretty. Celebratory sit. Intermission.
The cupcakes look great.
Don't they?
Yeah.
Did you get a peek at them?
Mm-hmm. How long do you have to wait for it to set?
Not too long, maybe like 5-10 minutes.
Nice.
Just enough to give me a little bit of a barrier for the whipped cream.
Yeah. What are you doing after?
That's it.
Oh.
Cupcakes, ice them, or like swirl them, sign them. Dunzo. Thank you kindly.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So, excuse me. Let those chill in the freezer. We can put these away now. But once the ganache is set, I can touch my finger to it and not get chocolate everywhere. That's when we're gonna fill them with whipped cream. Again, your kitchen, your rules. You can fill with whatever, but where are we? My kitchen. So I'm using Cool Whip. I want the filling to be really airy, light and fluffy, to match the texture of the cake. This is the taco meat from earlier. Sans Taco Bell sauce, because we didn't have any, but that's fine. We will add it afterwards. Are you ready for second breakfast?
Yeah, let's do it.
Quiche?
Yeah. I'm gonna put this out unless you want to.
Oh no. What?
I said I'm gonna put this out unless you want to.
No, I'm good. We're gonna make second breakfast, which is quiche, and it's already prepped, which is the best. So this is how I reheat it. I keep my quiche in the fridge. Well, when I make them, I make 12 at a time. So I put 6 in the fridge and 6 in the freezer. And once we're done with the 6 in the fridge, the 6 from the freezer move to the fridge. I like reheating them from the fridge temp instead of from frozen because, however, I think all of these have tomatoes, so you might just have to take them out. When I reheat from frozen, the egg gets a little weird in texture. It's like a little too hard for me, so I like reheating them from the fridge. So I'm gonna put them in the microwave for like a minute so that the egg warms through. And I just use the top of the meal prep container as a plate. I'm not gonna dirty an additional dish if I don't have to. Chat read! I had to tend to my garden. Thank you for asking. These are my gardening goggles. So thank you. Okay, so once they're done in the microwave, they're squishy and they're gross. And it's puff pastry, it's supposed to be crispy and delicious. So I put it in the air fryer for like 6 minutes, but the trick is you have to flip them over, completely over, halfway through, so that the bottoms of the pastry are closest to the convection fan in the air fryer, so it's directly getting the heat source. It makes them puff beautifully. I'll show you. That's my work. Oh, dang! Lover,
What?
I forgot to grab my mic. I wanted to have my mic plugged in for the YouTube stream because that's one thing that I've noticed is that I hate the way that audio sounds. It's like when I get close, it'll pick up on it,
Yeah.
and then as soon as I step away, it switches like audio source. I don't know, it's annoying.
Where does it pick up instead? Like the background?
No, but I definitely sound clearer when I'm closest to the camera.
Gotcha.
And then when I'm in the kitchen, I don't know, it gets a little echoey. And
Okay.
I remember I made that note that I wanted to fucking plug the mic in for at least the YouTube.
Yeah.
Alright, quiches are warmed, but they're squishy and not crunchy at all. Air fryer will fix that. Right side up, 400 degrees. For a total of 6 minutes, but we're gonna flip them upside down at the 3-minute mark. I fear we have to make quiche again. We have 2 left.
Well, that'll last us a life.
Oh, last us not even a full day tomorrow.
Then it looks like you might.
Okay, so no, you actually don't need to care of these. They're really fucking dangerous. They are so sharp. Chat read. I'll show you next. They are so sharp. So, like, you will hurt yourself if you're not careful. Also, I'm a big sunglasses as headband type of bitch. And these have the dumb, of course it didn't do it on camera, but these have the dumb little nose beak things, and they always get caught in my hair. Let's try it for science. Ooh, see, it kind of scratched me already. It's not really doing the thing, but just trust me on it. They're annoying. I do have them linked because they're cute as fuck. They're just not practical in the slightest. I'm gonna rinse out some dishes while we have some dead time. I've been doing really well on keeping my dishes like manageable when I'm not live streaming. When I'm live streaming, all hell breaks loose. Not too shabby, not too bad of a cleanup. Do those later. Oh no, it all went wrong. Sweet. Okay, it's time to flip the quiche. Now remember, flip them upside down. And then we'll finish 3 minutes. And they're gonna be delish. Chat read. You miss having all the cabinet doors open? Well, let's fix that, huh? Will it work on a cooking live? We've only ever tested it on walking live. Ask and you shall receive. If you don't ask, the answer is what? Always no. Alright, let's see what happens. Lever.
Yep.
Never mind. Done. cleaner.
It's right there.
Right in front of my face. In its vacation home.
If it stays out, it'll be used.
What?
If it stays out, it'll be used.
That's right. Speaking of, I need to brush my teeth. Yeah, I do.
Oh. Sorry.
Sweet. So we got taco meat done. Oh, we're not done with the cupcakes. We're gonna eat first before we crash and burn, and then we will finish the cupcakes. Are we missing some? There. I can't see shit. Yeah, this is my least favorite type of sunglasses, the one with the nose guards. Basket okay?
Yep. Yes, it is.
Why, yes it is. Dainty little plate for me. Basket for Laura. Step check. Did you make it into my step bet? Too late now. You'll have to do the next one. We are at 4,435 out of our 8,800 goal. See the difference now? Listen. A little bit of salt and pepper. Lover's second breakfast. I'll show you too. Lover's second breakfast. Oh, poof.
Sure.
You got your cute face on.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Apparently Giddies.
What?
The second you said something came Kool-Aid Man out of this tunnel.
Did he bust out the side?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the first time that's happened. And the cheese kind of melted to my air fryer plate
Oh.
when I flipped them upside down. Still works. This is second breakfast. TikTok, I hate to do this to you. You're gonna get paused because I have to film this in my What I Eat in a Day clip, and I filmed that on TikTok Studio. You're on my TikTok home. So, BRB, ta-ta for now, if you leave, but I'll be back in like 2 minutes. If that. We'll be quick. YouTube, we're gonna make content together. What time zone are we in?
Arizona.
Arizona time zone,
Yeah.
which is currently following Mountain.
I think so, yeah. So
Mountain
we're an
time.
hour
It's
different
9:57.
from Pacific.
Second breakfast. Okay, BRB. Now that it's just us girlfriends. Do you guys watch RuPaul's Drag Race? I need to watch the new season that is on like MTV right now. Okay. TikTok Studios. We're gonna be quick. We're gonna leave the cabinets open. We're gonna see what happens. And we're gonna fluff the hair. Wow. That actually wasn't too shabby. Maybe we do half up. The bangs always bother me because I've cut them so many times by myself that now they're all cattywampus. All right, we're rolling. Lover, I'm gonna do a bite clip.
Okay.
My light kind of sucks right here. Slippery. Better? I have to just kind of angle it a little. And for second breakfast, go for a good bite, good chomp. Could be good. Hot. Even my hair too. Quiche. Another bite. Hopefully it's a good one. We'll go this corner. Having a good one. We'll do all the corners for the crunch, and then we'll go back. Steamy. Hot. Okay, we're done. We got it. Back over to TikTok. Who stayed? Yum. Okay. I'm gonna let the quiche cool. We'll take bites in between. But the last little part of the cupcakes, nope, just kidding. We still need to fill them and do our candy melts. We're almost done. I tell you, when I live stream, it's a marathon. So to get the swirls on the cupcakes, I use candy melts. And I'm gonna do like 40 grams. I'm just measuring them out for right now. And then, excuse me, we'll melt them when we're ready for them. I see play guy and Bub.
Uh-huh.
He's like, sir, I want to be outside on the sun.
Mm-hmm.
He said, you get your old butt off my bed.
I'm about ready to swap them.
Look at him throwing a fit. He's like, that's mine.
Oh, man.
Kofi, you cannot get your ways. He is old and needs the sun.
Theodore.
Alright, back to cupcakes, which means gloves. And here. I get these little clippies. And they do well, especially when my hair is pretty clean and I don't want to tie it up with a band. Alright, those are going to stay until the very last minute. Ooh, it gets them out. That quiche was yum.
Mm-hmm. Thank
I'm
you.
back. Hello, Larissa. You're welcome, love. Yum. Alright, all that's left is we have to fill the cupcakes with Cool Whip. And then we swirl them with our signature. I think I'm gonna write lover on some of them too. see how it goes. Zero sugar Cool Whip. When will I learn? All of my spatulas that I like, I've used. Hello, Sam. Good morning. What's for lunch?
Come inside.
Have you decided if you're taking a rest day today? I don't know that I've decided yet. I'm halfway to a fucking active day, so
I was gonna say, I think I'm pretty close.
yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, right now this is 3 ounces of Cool Whip. That's where we're gonna start.
I'm at like 4,500.
You're beating me. I'm at 4,500 what? I'm at 4,530.
I'm rounding up. I'm at 4468.
Nice. Step check. So we're going to start with 3 ounces of Cool Whip, and we are going to increase as needed. I would like to get around 4 ounces total in all of them. My piping bag just isn't big enough, so. Ooh, or more. We'll see if we can do what we do with those 3 ounces. If we get through half of them, that means for a total recipe, we would use 6 ounces of Cool Whip, which I'm not mad at. The more filling, the better. But your kitchen, your rules. You choose how full you want them to be. $4,000 already? How? Sunrise stepping. We're big sunrise steppers. So we get up first thing, walk 1.2 miles, and then the rest has just been meal prepping. Bonus steps. Okay. Here are the cupcakes. The tops, they are a set. So now what we are going to do is flip them over and fill, and then put them back. Will we need another tray? Should we get the other tray so we have more room? Just in case. YouTube, do you want the top-down angle? I'm gonna let you homies decide, because now we are going to be filling and writing names. So I'm coming over to look at the chat. Do you want to stick with this one, or would you like top-down? Aerial view. You decide. That's probably copyrighted.
Maybe?
Just kidding, no hold music for you. YouTube homies. Top-down angle, aerial view, or current. Savannah says top-down. She wants the aerial shot. Savannah, I think you're the only one that has an opinion. So what you say goes. Larissa confirms. Top down. Larissa, are you on both streams right now? Whee! Oops. You get right there. How's that look? That looks great. You don't get to see. That's a little better. Yeah, that gives me a little more to work with. There. Now you can at least see like the Cool Whip and shit. Okay, that works. TikTok, you don't get a 6. You get the angle that you get. Actually, you can kind of go top down too. Is that too cleavagey of a shot? It's not too bad. You can make it work. All right. Filling. Remember, this is 3 ounces of Cool Whip. Best case scenario, we get through 12, and then we'll refill with another 3 ounces and go from there. I'm gonna fill as much as I can without busting through the bottom. It's always a surprise with however big of a pocket that you made, how much filling you can get. So we're gonna hope for the best. Take your time, get all the nooks and crannies. Wish her luck. We won't know until we bite into them how much filling we actually got. I actually am pretty impressed so far with the amount I can kind of stuff into here. You can kind of feel them get plump, and it'll start kind of oozing from the hole, so you'll know when it's done. Which one are we on? Not that one. Remember, we already topped them with ganache to act as a barrier from the top so that we can extra stuff them. Oh! Betrayal! How could you? Ugh! I'm gonna use you in a picture. You know what? Fuck you. Hate one of my props betray me. Those two do not get to go in the photo. I fear I'm taking it out of the shot to fill it. I need to fill it down here instead of bringing it up to my face. Okay, so we did pretty good with the whole 3 ounce thing. We're gonna get a little more than 12 cupcakes out of it, but we'll fill it again with like 2 ounces, maybe 3, just to have plenty. And then we'll put back into the container whatever we don't use, and then we'll know how much we used for the entire recipe. All right, so 3 ounces gave us just around 14 cupcakes. Do it again. Can confirm. Thank you, Larissa. All right, we're going for another 3 ounces, which is 85 grams. I know that measurement off the top of my head because that's also the size of my burger patties. Maybe 3 ounce burger patties. Which just about finishes off our Cool Whip. Yeah, exactly. What, in that room? Whatever you say. Intermission. Old dog Nathan. Hello, my sweetness. Do you enjoy the sun? You're breathing. All right, we're back. Why did I bring this tray over? I think just for funsies, just to have just in case. Got whipped cream on my hands. If I want to use these for a fucking picture, I'm gonna do my best to keep them clean. Alright, let's finish it. Put on this one. Betrayal! I just busted straight through the ganache even. Mm-mm-mm. How dare you? Note to self. Too much filling will bust the ganache. This one's lovers. Gorgeous. All right. We still have leftover cream. $85 plus 47.
132.
Siri, what's 132 grams in ounces?
132 grams is 4.66 ounces.
Okay. So around 4.5 ounces of whipped cream for all of them. Remember that to put into my recipe, or to adjust my recipe.
Thank you.
Thank you. Look what happened.
What? Oh, dang.
Betrayal.
Straight through the top.
Straight through the top.
Did you just misguess the...
I guess I just fucking sent it.
Yeah. Alright.
No, you get extra. And I was like, please stop.
More.
I cannot take anymore. Okay, we'll try to fix it. Good morning from Cali. Good morning. What do the macros end up being for one? Macro warning. Mute me if you don't want to see it or scroll through. Each one of these cupcakes is approximately 165 calories with like 4 grams of protein per cupcake. It is one of my very few binge-friendly desserts. Don't have a lot of them, but the ones that I do have, they smack. Alright, well, you just get to sit there and think about what you did then. You also don't get to make the picture. Okay. The final part. We've made it. Homies. It's been a long fuck, however long it's been, almost 2 hours, I'm sure. We are going to melt our measured candy melts. This is 40 grams worth. And we are going to pipe our swirls, which are not swirls, they're actually my name. This time though, I'm going to cut the hole a little bigger. So there's a little more icing on it. And where's my other little tool bag? Excuse me. I guess we can use this one. I'm using this a little bit. I think I'm gonna get another set of these. My favorite tool to use. Little rubber spatulas. Microwaving for 1 minute. BT dubs. And I still don't think that's enough. Okay. 1 more minute. Thank you. I need to watch on Tube of You from the beginning. Yes, everyone that is joining now, the full live stream meal prep, which you can watch in 2x speed or fast forward through the parts where we cook the taco meat and the parts where we chat and the parts where we make content and all that stuff. It will be posted to my YouTube this afternoon. After this. So mid-morning to afternoon. Cupcakes, taco meat, and chatting. Just about there. Okay, from here, we are going to sign our cupcakes. YouTube, how's the angle look?
Oh, she looks good.
Right? Right. Mix up our candy melts. And then transfer to the piping bag. If you have white chocolate, you can use that too. But the candy melts are snappier. More structure. So like, you know when you bite into a Hostess cupcake and the swirl kind of crunches off? The candy melt will do that for you. Not a necessary step. You could totally end with the ganache and they're fantastic. But for aesthetics purposes, we're gonna swirl. All right, we're gonna do a bigger hole. Do you have the recipe posted anywhere? You're watching it, baby. No, this is the first time that I'm filling it. And I'm gonna take bits of this live stream and put it into a video. How big of a hole do I want? Hopefully the phone's not gonna die. YouTube, I know you're not dying because you're plugged in. TikTok, best of luck to you. Okay. First one's always the worst. The best one will be somewhere in the middle, I'm sure of it. Which means we should start with lovers. No, I want lovers to be pretty. We'll just go for it. Well, that didn't work. I think the hole is far too big. We're just gonna go for swirls. We'll do some swirls, some signatures. I think I cut the hole far too big, unfortunately. I can't get good loopies out of it, but they're still great. I think it just means I'll keep my picture that I made of them where I actually had good signatures. Exaggerate it. Big loop. Big loop. Don't know what that was. You get none. You busted through the top. Lovers, I am going to try to write lover on it. In all reality, he's eating more than half of these. But that big one, I'm going to write his name on. That was fun. All right, wish me luck. Bye. Oh, we've already fucked up. We tried. Looks like it says oven. But live and learn. Smaller tip than what we thought. And we'll get there. Figuring it out as we go. Voila! So cute! Yum. That's it. We did it. We made it! Yay! Cute. All right. They're gonna go to their final resting place in the freezer. They don't need to, but I'm going to. I'm gonna put them in the freezer for like 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna separate them into groups of 6. Put them into meal prep containers. 6 at a time are gonna go in the fridge. The rest are gonna go in the freezer. Excuse me. And then I pull from the freezer to the fridge as the fridge runs out, so that we don't eat all of them in one day. We want this to last. I have 1 a day as a part of my desserts. Lover has like 2 to 4, depending on the time of day. Cute, right? All right. That's all I got. Thanks for hanging out with me and meal prepping with me. I hope you make them, and I hope you love them. And I hope you use the creamless ganache in lots of your other treats. Seriously though, I'm gonna make like cakes with them and top it because it's fantastic. But these are perfect little meal prep cupcakes. Adorable. This is the one with lover's name on it. Filled with Cool Whip. Hostess who? Not here. Alright. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. TikTok homies, where are you going? YouTube. Why? Because you're going to watch the live replay in 2 times speed. Quit looking at my butt. Okay? Alright. Bye, YouTube. Thanks for hanging out.
Catch you later.